Another live stream. Please share, subscribe, hit that like button for me, share this video, and let's get to it. I want to talk, black women, we have a problem. You know, 13% now, even with new patients, they say that in the black community, in other words, they are coming up with these cases in black communities. How many black women living with HIV? The scary thing is, brothers, there's a lot of women bold. They're not going to get checked. They're gonna get bold. They're not going to tell you that they living with HIV. I had a neighbor, man. It's crazy, man. They bold to tell you that they got 3 baby daddies. You know, fam. I want to say, fam. I can't move like that, fam. You know, I told the mother of my child, man, that yeah, man, I had a neighbor that she didn't hesitate, man. A lot of women they today, man, they don't hesitate. Only it only takes one time. The next thing you know, you come back home catching something that you can't get rid of. Now, we look at Houston. I say Houston, we got a big problem. South Carolina, Atlanta, Memphis, Washington. You know what I mean? The Dominican Republican. And I could just go on. Black women, we have a problem. And I said this because the majority of black community, we, you know, we really don't take care of ourselves. And when it comes to the black community, we look at the academic rate when it comes to HIV and AIDS. Let's think about the majority of people not telling people that they living with this virus. Like I said, I don't know about you, fam. I just, man, I can't trust it. These people, they are bold, man. They're not going to even tell you, fam. So I want to get into this because, when we look at this population growth, what the hell is scaring reason for the rise in HIV amongst black women again. See, as black women are being hit with new HIV cases, stars such as Tamar Braxton is unapologetically shining a light on HIV prevention. The numbers don't lie. And they are not looking too good today. HIV is once again on the ultimate rise amongst black women, and the silence surrounding it is just as dangerous as the disease itself. Let's take a look at why this academic continue to target black women. behind these numbers. See, I tell you, black women today, their life is consists on partying, drinking, having sex. You know, according to reports we see, black women makes up just 13% of the U.S. female population, yet they account for over 50% of new HIV diagnosed among women, according to Kaiser Family Foundation, KFF. That means more than half of all women newly diagnosed with HIV in the U.S. are black. So it says, with a dangerous cartel of factors, including a mix of social, economic, and healthcare related issues, black women continue to face these challenges of HIV diagnosed up until today, combined with higher ranks of poverty, lack of access to quality healthcare, and systematic barriers, is no wonder the virus continue to thrive in our communities as the system continues to leave us unsupported. All these wild sex and freak offs. You know, that's that. See, we don't care. See, we don't care about marriage. We don't get to the next stage of our life. A lot of us, you know, want to be single. A lot of these things happen in, you know what I mean, at the club, man. You know, people, you know, huge gatherings like we seen Houston. Like the other day, I was watching that festivity that was going on in Houston. It was crazy. It's crazy, man. That these people don't really care about themselves, man. It's crazy, fam. Now, according to reports, and that's not all, poor pockets lead to poor health, with black inequality and social economic barriers at every turn. The condition are right for health. It says from housing instability to underfunded clinics, the challenges stack up, making prevention, treatments, and education about HIV even harder to access for those who need it most. Now, fam, this thing about this number, man, this thing about these numbers. People going in hospitals and, you know what I mean, and they get these high numbers and cases. Now, according to report, it says another key factor. It says the intimidate partner, violent, abuse, or aggression, and intimidate relationship, which may lead to a risky sexual behavior. The method attacking the HIV issues head on involve addressing the pandemic using. So it says intervention strategy, increase access to testing, empowering the women today. So it says, well, it is clear the song stress and reality TV stars. Miss Raston is unafraid to set up unapologetically shining a light on HIV prevention through her partnerships. We need more open conversation about HIV prevention. Always been an advocate for black women. So we have Mr. Brasson had always been an advocate for black women, and now more than ever, it's time we empower each other to ask questions, protect our bodies, and our own joy. Miss Brasson, 48 wrote in an Instagram post. So it says the message is clear, silent, and no longer an option. But HIV still disproportionately affecting black women's black community. Prevention has to be more than private thought. It has to be a public movement. Leave and go see a doctor. So it says, according to this report, that says cases has been high daily in the black community. Now, I roll this clip. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We got to get into this. We got a lot to cover.
Advise. Because my sit down one was stinking real bad. And if you're wondering what it smelled like broccoli. The broccoli that's been sitting in your pot with the top on for 2 days.
Put her leg around my neck and had me down there choking. When I smelled that, that's the first time I almost thought about hitting me a woman. I pushed that ass so hard.
Investigators say the woman had come to the home to have her butt implants removed.
They sit, or when they wear the pants, the butt flip over, come over in their back. When I get up, I see blood on the bed, and I'm like, didn't y'all say y'all was just numbing me?
They talking about BBLs and how your booty can start to rot and it can smell like a public toilet smoothie and all this shit.
A smell like...
I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of these black sisters getting these BBLs, man. And, man, you be amazed, man. You be amazed. You know what I mean? These BBLs, you find that, damn, it leaving bad odor smell. You know what I mean? It just be like, you don't know if you want to trust it. You know what I mean? You gotta look at this generation, man. You know what I mean? When it comes to our young black women, man, you know, I'm looking at these states that a lot of these sisters are starting to be lonely. They're not having relationships. You know what I mean? And it's crazy out there, fam. It got crazy, fam. You know, it's crazy. That's why, you know, we got to protect ourselves, man. We got to protect ourselves from these women, man. Like I said, man, I had a neighbor, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how these black women today, they're very bold, man. They don't care. They got baby daddies. You know, she happened to have 3 baby daddies. It's crazy, fam. This stuff is crazy, fam.
like rotten flesh. And they got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume.
And I believe this is primarily due to all the blood that I lost.
I became allergic to literally everything.
Once that lidocaine injection wears off, it is excruciatingly painful. I was in so much pain that I was actually scared, and I've given birth twice. As I got older, my butt started to get bigger.
BBL stink, do you hear me?
BBLs, Brazilian butt lifts, were once seen as the ultimate body hacker. Curves overnight, right? A dream figure. For some, a newfound sense of confidence, yeah. But what happens when that dream turns into a nightmare? Well, today, guys, we're diving.
Look, man, I like a natural girl, man. But now it's just like you see nowadays, man. So a lot of girls just put on that BBL, man, and man, it's got outrageous, man. You just be like, damn. You just want to find you a natural queen, a natural beautiful women. Like that's what you want to find. I mean, nowadays people put on this BBL, man. Getting surgery on their lips, and this just getting a lot of stuff done, fam.
Into the darker side of this whole BBL trend, from botched surgeries to unexpected complications, and yes, the smell, the stench. You heard right. Some women are now speaking out about the unpleasant odor, the infections, and even losing their relationships as well as their self-esteem in the aftermath of what is supposed to be a glow up. And one story that had TikTok in shambles was Kay's story. Now, her video went viral when she shared that her BBL smelled, in her words, like dumpster juice. A situation so bad it cost her confidence and her relationship. So while part of the story was unfortunately removed for violating TikTok's community guidelines, she did give us a recap that we're about to see now. So remember, guys, before we get into the rest of the video, just like this video for your girl. It's easy, it's free. Join the Islanders family by, of course, hitting that subscribe button. That being said, let's take a look.
So this is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit-down ear was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh. I really was like, so this one day, me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, to do something. So this one day, me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, to do something. So first, let me say, my boyfriend at the time did not want me to get the procedure done, but I insisted. Me and my sister went to get the procedure done together. And before I got the procedure done, I joined the group on Facebook. It was like a support group. Different women that got it, that's in relationships, just for, to talk about it. So a lot of women in the group was pretty much saying, when you get it, your boyfriend is going to be jealous, so just keep it out on that. So when he was telling me it was smelly down there, I was going to the group saying, he's saying it's smelly down there. They was basically telling me to ignore him. I wish I loved my smell.
I wish I could get implants.
I wish money wasn't so tight.
I wish I could justify the cost.
I wish my insurance could save me more on dental implants. See what it can do at Clear Choice. Show us your insurance.
He's jealous, but he'll eventually come around. So me and my sister got the procedure done at the same time. So at first, mine was healing up good. It was healing normal. So was my sister's. And I would ask her, is you healing well? She would tell me, yeah. I was healing well maybe the first 6 to 7 weeks. But after that, it kept on leaking and kept on draining. I was asking my sister how hers was going. She said she was not leaking or draining. Mine would close up, but then like a day or two later, it would start leaking again. So I used to put gauze and dressings on it to support the leakage while I may have been outside or out and about. So that's why I had it for a year with the leakage, because there would be points that it would close up, or I would think it was closed up fully, but it wasn't. So one day, me and my boyfriend was about to do something, and he just was like, I cannot take this smell anymore. And he broke up with me and he left. And that was pretty much that. But he was telling me for months, but me listening to the women in a group thinking they knew what they was talking about, it kind of messed everything up for me. It even got to the point I was wearing jeans in the summertime because it was an embarrassment even looking at it. I'm going to upload the picture right here. Part 3 on how I got my BBL surgically removed because my sit-down one was stinking real bad. So
I'm gonna tell you how bad, you know what I mean, when we got a lot of black women will get these BBL. See, when you get these BBL, see, a BBL stink refers to an unpleasant odor that can develop after a Brazilian surgery, often during the recovery period. It says generally caused by bacterial growth and a surgical area due to a moisture, heat, and friction, especially when combined with poor hygiene. So it says, with poor hygiene or a drainage management, while a mild, slightly sour smell during the first week is normal due to the body natural healing process and a use. So it says a persistent or foul odor, especially compounded by other symptoms like pain, redness, or fevers, could indicate infections or fat. And see, this is what people's getting, man. But you know what I mean? They're getting all this surgery done, they're getting all this stuff done, but you don't know, these side effects. See, it says the BBL odor, bacterial overgrowth, a moisture of heat and friction from compression garments, and limit mobility can create a bleeding ground for bacteria, particularly in areas where fluids accumulates. Poor hygiene, not cleaning the surgical area thoroughly, especially after using the restroom, can contribute to bacteria buildup and odors. So it says drainage and fluid build up. This complication with fat cell diets can lead to foul smelling discharge that require immediately medical attentions. So it says wound healing, the natural process of tissue breakdowns and regeneration can also produce temporary odors. It says infections, while less common, an infection can cause a strong, persistent odor along with other symptoms like fever, pains, and redness. So it says managing and preventing BBL odors. Maintain good hygiene, shower regularly with lukewarm water and a gentle cleanser, and dry areas thoroughly. It says keep the area clean and dry. Change dressing and garments frequently to prevent moisture buildup. So you gotta wash your clothes thoroughly. You gotta have on clean clothes. Man, play this video.
I deleted part 1 because there were so many people in the comments talking how y'all are doing now. So I deleted part 1 and I made part 2 because there was some people in the comments that wanted to know more. BBL stink, do you hear me? And it's not coming from the vagina or the beehole. It's coming from the incisions that they cut to inject the fluid and the fat in your butt, okay? There's people in the comments saying, oh, you wasn't washing up right. Come on, let's be real. It's coming out of the incision. It fucking stinks. I don't care what y'all say. It stinks. And if it's not healing properly and your body is rejecting it, the hole will remain open and the drainage will continue to come out and stink up your linen, stink up your underwear, stink up everything, okay? Now, my BBL been removed for the past 4 years. Only had it in for about a year until it was stinking so bad I couldn't take it no more. I don't know if y'all wanted me to get on here and say BBL smell good, but they can stink. Stay away from them. Hey y'all, I just wanted to hop on here real quick, clear up some confusion and answer a few frequently asked questions. When I said all BBLs stink, what I should have said was, if your body rejects the procedure and your scores are not healing, it do have a smell. There's a lot of women in my comments saying, oh, I had a BBL and my BBL.
Y'all gotta be careful who y'all laying down with. Y'all gotta be careful. I just seen a video about the T-app where these women were talking about this one dude who was spreading around HIV, and they said he infected at least 35 women, some of them knowing, some of them not knowing, and they are infected and they go on to live their life and sleep with other men. And now that shit just keeps spreading and spreading. You gotta be careful who you open your body up to. That's the most precious gift you will ever get. You gotta take care of it. You can't just let any and everybody in there.
Y'all, the dating pool is scary right now. And I'm not just talking about bad dates or ghosting. I'm talking about people lying about their status, dodging STD tests, and putting others in harm's way like it's nothing. Every week, there's another story of someone who finds out too late that the person they trusted was carrying something, and in some cases, they knew and didn't say a word. This isn't fear-mongering. This is what's really happening out here. And if you think it could never happen to you, buckle up.
Back to this man having an STD.
And why I say half of black women makes up the population, man. Because we want to party, we want to go out, and you know. And then, like I said, man ain't no worse, man. You know, man ain't no worse. So we got a big problem. Houston got a big problem. Atlanta, Georgia have a big problem. South Carolina have a big problem, y'all. Memphis have a big problem. Washington have a big problem. Los Angeles have a big problem. Black women, we have a problem. I know nobody want to hear this, but you know, just think about how many people living in, and really they're not really concerned about their health. Just think about how many people is not, you know what I mean, getting checked. See, this HIV, y'all, it's not a game, y'all. This is not a game to be played with, y'all. A lot of people risking their lives, man. I just had a brother the other day, man. I'm about to go out to Houston, man, and you know, and man, I tell you, man, it only take one time, man. You got a lot of these women, they bold, man. A lot of these sisters, man, they bold, man. And you know, you won't even imagine that, you know what I mean, the ones that bold is the one that may be living with it. So y'all better keep your eyes open.
Possibly and try to get it to me. So I was dating this guy, and he's the first guy I've seriously dated since I've been abstinent. I talk about my 3.5-year abstinent journey and how like sharp my intuition and discernment has been since becoming abstinent, and like how I can just kind of see through men for who they are. Now, since the beginning of dating this man, okay, I've called Cat. Like everything about this man is Cat. He makes content on TikTok. He's very well known on TikTok, and it's female-centered content, meaning how to treat a woman, trick on your girl, how boss your woman up, Mind you, in real life, he's nothing like that. So I've been calling cap on this nigga since day one because he's nothing like the content that he posts. Fast forward, we talk about a committed relationship, and he's like, yeah, I want to be with you. Like, are we together? Like, are we doing this? And I'm like, I mean, I guess. But for me, it just still didn't feel real because we hadn't had sex yet. I told him that I wanted us to go get tested together. I think it's only fair. Even though I haven't had sex in 3.5 years and I know I don't have anything, it's only right if I'm asking him to get tested that I get tested too. Mind you, every time I brought up this conversation, he would either try to act like he didn't hear me, he would be like more so in his phone trying to not pay attention, or he would just pacify me with like, yeah, we can go, okay, cool, yeah, we can go. I made an appointment to go last week, but my cycle started, and since my cycle's 3 days long, I had to.
Let me say this to you, fam. Why do people don't want to get tested, man? Especially when they're in relationships, man. See, safe sex with your partner, man, that comes a long way, man. I tell y'all, man. And this is why I don't really start. I don't want to start new relationships, man. People that's living with that HIV, man, they do not, you know what I mean? They do not want to get tested. They be quick to get in new relationships. You know, they just be quick to mess around, man. And you know, you can't trust it, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of people think it's cool to have these one night stands, man, and only take one time, y'all. You know, they got these escort services. You know what I mean? And man, I tell y'all, man, it blew my mind to see how these people have these sex, you know what I mean? You know, escort services, you know, and people, they bold with it, man. You get people that really to do these, you know what I mean, services that blow your mind, man. You know what I mean? These bareback service they have, these, you know what I mean? They talk about, yeah, all my holes is open. Every three holes is open. You know, you be like, damn, you really got a third hole? Like, man, I tell y'all, man, you be have to say, man, what is this generation going through, man? It's going through a whole turmoil right now. People not caring. People not protecting themselves. This is the end of it. Like, you know. And like I said, this girl was like, you know, you're not finna get it between my legs without getting tested. I mean, that's the most important thing, man. If you guys having relationships, if you fellas having relationships, if you women having relationships, man, tell your partner to get tested, man. Because like I said, only take one time, man. Only take one time.
Just redo my appointment, and they're like, okay, yeah, you can come in on Monday. So I came in on Monday to get my pap smear, and because they had overscheduled, they were like, okay, we can't do your full STD panel today. Is it possible that you can come back later on this week on Thursday to get your full STD panel? I'm like, yeah, that's fine, no problem. He was actually supposed to go with me the day that I went to go get my annual exam to go get tested with me, and he all of a sudden had to go to Houston right away. Like, oh, I gotta go to Houston. I got some work out in Houston. I gotta go do. And I'm like, okay. He had the audacity to text me. He's like, oh, did you go get tested today? LOL. And it's like, I definitely pulled up, but because I could only get my panel done, I had to come back for the STD panel on Thursday. He was supposed to go with me and then said that he had to go to Miami or Houston. It was one of those or whatever. I think it was Miami. So then I texted him to make sure that he landed. I'm like, hey, did you
that you lied to me about going out of town to get bathed, getting tested. The whole time you're in Atlanta, and you thought that I was just going to forget that. So after on the FaceTime, I asked him, I'm like, okay, because we were supposed to go get tested. Like, you literally just told me earlier that you landed, and now you're telling me that you're here. It's nothing. This man lies about everything. He is a pathological liar. Everything that comes out his mouth is cat. But when you're a scammer and you're used to finessing your way to get things, you think that you can finesse everybody. Fast forward to current day, and literally I flipped on him yesterday because I'm like, you keep trying to fuck me. He keeps coming around me, keep trying to imply he wants sex, keeps touching on me, keep trying to like, you know, do things that men do, like you're pulling your dick out, you're doing all this shit, but you're doing everything but getting tested. And I'm trying to understand why you're still trying to force sex on me. Like anytime I bring up getting tested, you completely ignore what I'm saying. And you trying to evade getting tested by, oh, I got somewhere to be, or I gotta go home tonight because I gotta go do some work in the morning. Like he always has an excuse why he can't get tested. Friends, don't beat me up, but I really want to ask because I have the tendency to be judgmental sometimes. Is the Virgo in me overthinking? Or am I like right on target to think that this man knows that he either has come into contact with something that he may have, or that he actually knows that he has something? Part of me feels like this man knows something that he's not telling me. Like the inkling that I'm getting isn't like, oh, I'm a little nervous to get tested. It's like, bitch, I'm terrified. And this is what I mean by like use your discernment and like cut a nigga off if he does something like this, because men will literally put you on.
You guys, please use your discernment, man. If you know something ain't right, if you know how someone approaches, because sometimes it can go out of both ways, man. I know there's a lot of these women bold, you know, and some of these women, man, you know what I mean, will tell you in a heartbeat, man, yeah, I got I got baby daddies. I got 3, I got 4 baby daddies, and still find room for you. You know what I mean? And you gotta be careful. You gotta be very careful with those. Well, those be the ones that'll be easy to open their legs, man, and it only take one time, man. You know what I mean? I don't like nowadays, man. I don't really trust if it's not my baby mama, man. I don't really trust starting over. A lot of people rather start over and, you know, experience this, and you know, nah, you guys. It only take one time, fam. Only take one time. Why not get tested?
Harm's way for a nut. They do not care. They can know that they have something or be kind of unsure of their status and still want to have unprotected sex and still try to force you to do it, try to finesse you into having sex, like knowing that they could harm you, and they don't give a fuck. Please, y'all, please protect yourself. Like, I don't know if that man got something, but my discernment is telling me he does. And you know, it's a dumb bun. Like, my birthday is this week. My birthday trip is coming up in 4 days. Like, I'm so focused on packing and shopping for my trip that it's like, nigga, at this point, you're just taking up space. You ain't spending no money, and you ain't trying to get tested. Get the fuck away from me. And anytime I ever say on my son's grave, if I put it on cruise, that means that you can never talk to me again. And I stand 10 toes on that shit. I think he knows that it's done now because he refuses to get tested. And the fact that he refuses to get tested says it just speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. That lets me know, yeah, nigga, you got something. You got something for sure. In Pennsylvania.
Yeah, excuse me, guys, because there's a lot of people always say about, yeah, just your smoke detector going off your alarms. I can't control that, y'all. I've been trying to fix that for a long time. I know I got y'all always reminding me about the smoke detector. Don't just ignore it, you guys. I mean, but yeah, man. You guys, man, use your discernment, man, for real, man, because these people, man, they don't care. People that's living with this HIV stuff, man, they don't care, man. All these wild parties and stuff, you know what I mean? They got the Mardi Gras, man. They got Houston. They got Houston turned up. They got Houston going to be the new ATL, man. Like, come on, man. Y'all stay away from partying, y'all. For real, man. Your health is the number one thing, man. Your health is the number one thing, man. You know what I mean? That's the number one thing, man. You know what I mean? But you know, I want to say to you guys, because there's a lot of people living in fear and disbelief. You know what I mean? I can imagine how many cases we got. You know what I mean? Things like that. How many people live with AIDS, and the doctor, just imagine how the doctor can tell them that there's no cure for it, but there's always been a cure, y'all. See, watch how they come with the cure. But there's actually a cure, you guys. You know what I mean? And I want to share just a little bit of it, but you know, I'm going to use a little bit of it right now. Then I'm going to talk on my next video. But there's actually a cure, you guys. I had read a report out of India. There was 9 patients affected with HIV, and these individuals had status. They status some of these patients have status, a status 2, 3, and even 4. You know, the medication that the doctor was given, in other words, it wasn't, you know what I mean, it didn't have a cure. It just, you know what I mean, it could control their symptoms. But in other words, you guys, you know, some of these patients with stage 3, 4 was undetectable. So they found research that they came across black seeds. If you can use 60% black seeds, 40% of honey, black seeds and honey can cure anything that's fighting inside the immune system. You know, black seeds was discovered 2,000 years ago. And like I said, you guys, you know, there has been some secret remedy that a lot of people just don't know. And the question is, people be like, want to say, is there a cure for HIV? There's actually a cure, but people that have different stages than other people, some people may be cured faster than others, but there's actually a cure for HIV if you are living with it. But it's, you know, like I said, depending on your status rate, if you're living with a stage 3, 4, it might take a while. But in other words, I had read the report, 9 patients from India, two or three people was cured within 20 days because they had a status 1 and 2. So by using a combination of black seeds and honey, you know, will clear the immune system, will fight anything that's inside the immune system. So I just want you guys to remember that. So it might take long to fight the infection and all that, but you know, I want to say this: you can also use a little curry, you know what I mean, garlic, you know, beetroot, you know, you can also use mushrooms, and you know, like I said, you know, you can take a carrot and ginger will also help the immune systems. There's a lot of different remedies, but you know, I'm not going to get off the subject, you know what I mean, but I'm going to focus on this subject. But you guys, you know, this, you be amazed, you guys, you just be amazed what, you know, black seeds and honey can do.
And Texas, and apparently other states. I heard that Jacksonville, Florida, and New York City are the top 2 highest for HIV infections. But apparently Pennsylvania and Texas have a real big problem right now. And I'm not talking about cases that are like 100, 1,000. I'm talking about cases that are very, very high, very concerning. Very, very concerning. And the only way that you can get HIV is fluids, milk from the blood. I believe this is happening not only because of the epidemic that we have with, Fetty and stuff, but the promiscuous lifestyle that Americans lead. People bragging about body counts, jumping from one person to the next. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be sacred.
See, that's when people want to have the wild life. People want to party. People want to have that social social life. You know what I mean? People have communication onto the social life. You know what I mean? The nightlife, the club life. I mean, this is a big thing, man. This is a big thing that everybody do. You know what I mean? Throughout the whole year, this is a big thing for people to do today, man. They don't think about their health, man. You know, and we let our nature call. We let this nature call run over us. Like anytime you get a thought to think of, lust and, these sexual, passions, the sexual morality and things. If you go out and that's the first thing on your mind to lust, it's this part of our nature call. Like we got to be able to control that. See, when you get into this relationship with God, you got to be able to control, your sinful nature. Yeah, we have a nature. We all been, born in sin and shaping inequity.
It used to be protected. Now people don't give a fuck. Especially women. People are not putting on a condom anymore. Did you know that in America, 8 out of 10 people have something? Meaning, every time that you lay down with that person, you're not protecting yourself.
You see what she said? People not putting on a condom, y'all. Just think, if you go on these escort services, right? Half of these women will have 3 holes available. Crazy stuff, y'all. That you'll go on there and blow your minds. That I offer bareback service. They don't really care, man. These people don't really care, man. They don't really care. They'll tell you I got 3 holes available. Hit me up. Hit me up on my DM. Hit me up, baby.
You have like an 80% chance of catching something. That's insane. And some of those things are curable and some of them aren't. I found out at 34 years old that I have HPV. I thought I was protected from it because I got the Gardasil shots when I was a teenager. No idea how long I had it for. The doctor said it could have been dormant for years, but it just so happens that I have the type that causes cancer. Don't be afraid to tell your partner, go get checked. That should be a conversation before you even sleep together. This is why you gotta go to the doctor often. Check your blood, do all that kind of stuff to make sure that you're healthy. If you're a woman, get that pap smear. If you're a man, make sure you're getting, checked out too. This is pestilence. If you don't know what that word means, it's an epidemic, an outbreak. I just think it's like a sign of the times. People are careless. There's a lot of shit going on that speaks volumes, and people just aren't paying attention.
If y'all out here raw talking in 2025,
Look, guys, I want y'all to use your discernment. The end of times is here, y'all. People out here wall dogging. They're not. They living like there's like no tomorrow. They living like the end ain't here. They don't really care, man. People are just wall dogging it, man. I know what I mean, having these neighbors coming up to me, man. Look, I got 3 baby daddies. Nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? I want the Most High. I don't want. That's why, you know what I mean? Why you think, you know what I mean? Paul says, I'd rather be with the Lord and abide in the Spirit, man. People don't really honor marriage, man. People can't even graduate from relationships, man. People doing their own thing, man. See. This is Babylon. This is Babylon for you. This is Babylon, the great prostitute, the goddess queens of the earth, the daughters. Look at that, the daughters, man. We know how the sons was. We know how the children's was. We know how the children's is today. But look at these daughters, though. Check out these daughters, man. And you know, sad thing is, they're gonna humiliate our black community. They're gonna continue on. You know what I mean? They're gonna continue on bringing up these high, you know what I mean, reports, these cases, y'all. Why you think they slamming the black community? They slamming black women, man.
y'all need to listen up because this is for you. There's a flesh-eating STD that's going around, and I'm not even playing. It's called zoonobanosis, and it's straight up horrifying. So it starts as a little bump, and next thing you know, your skin low-key melting, like actual tissue damage. Not a joke. This thing spreads through unprotected intercourse, and most people don't even realize they got it until it gets real bad. Doctors say it's rare, but it's popping up more. In dating culture, it ain't exactly helping. Like, how something like this even evolved? A bacteria that spreads through intimacy and eats the skin? Y'all better be careful. Wrap it up. Somebody's out here got boss level infections. You better use protection and ask questions. Ever heard of it? I never heard of this until today. Let's talk. Comments wide open. And tag your reckless friends.
Use your discernment. Ask questions. Ask why this girl's turned on to you so quickly. You know, don't be afraid to ask. Some of you just want to get it in, man. Ooh, man, she's bad. She's thick. Damn, man, I just don't know what I want to do to you, baby. Man, you better ask some questions why she's getting on like this with you. Is this the first night too, y'all? It only take one time too. Ask questions. Use your discernment, man.
And this is coming from a healthcare worker. When I say that y'all better tighten the fuck up, it's nasty as fuck out here. Lab results used to take maybe about 2 business days. The shit is so backed up because of the STD rates right now. It's sad. It takes 4 to 5 days, maybe longer, to get a fucking result back. Don't spoil a good time and be left with something long term. Tighten the fuck up.
If you are not celibate, ladies, this is the time to be celibate. The HIV/AIDS infection rate is going up extremely quickly. Houston is a hot spot. We already know about Atlanta being a hot spot. Now I'm hearing about the Carolinas going up in STD rates. If you are not celibate, it's time to be. You don't need to be sleeping with anybody.
Black woman, we got a problem. This is why I'm not dating. We got a problem. See, we are the garbage of the earth, man. Once you understand that, we are the sacrum of the earth. And see, immorality is now here. You ready to get underneath that? See, the end of times is here, and people are living like there's no tomorrow, man. There's no tomorrow. See, so we might as well do it.
And you damn sure don't need to be sleeping with anybody unprotected. I just saw a video of this woman yelling and screaming outside of this man's home as he's coming out. He's getting in his tow truck, yelling at him, and she said that this man gave her AIDS. He gave her 12 STDs. You just heard what I said. 12 STDs in 6 months. First off, if you got one, why the hell was you continuously sleeping with this person after the fact? It is a wrap on just having casual flings and sexual encounters with people because you just don't know. People are out here just reckless, don't care. They know they have an STD. They know they have something that they can't get rid of, and they do not care. They will spread it to you because they want you to hurt and be miserable like they are. Close your fucking legs. We need to close our fucking legs for more than just that, because pregnancy is an absolute not in this country at this point, because hell, you'll die from that too. It's a wrap. It's time to wrap it up, close it up, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, man, y'all close your legs, man. You know what I mean? Wrap it up, man. You should want to be clothed in a decent garment. Not in a pilgrim house of the prostitute, man. Man, when I watch social media, man, when I watch Facebook, you know what I mean, Instagram and all, I see a lot of these women, man, booty showing. Man, I'm not impressed by that, man. It's just a disgrace, man. And you think God, you think the God we serve, the God of the creator universe, you think he pleased? You think he pleased? It's a disgrace, man. They see black women have become a disgrace. You know what I mean? In these times we live in, man, black women has become a disgrace. We always, at the end of the day, if you notice, we always talked about. Look what they doing. Look how they humiliating black communities, man. You know, they're gonna say, well, black women makes up the population growth. That's how they're looking at it.
Because it is not worth your life.
One of the biggest red flags you can't afford to ignore is someone avoiding getting tested. Every time you bring it up, they get busy. They change the subject, or they suddenly have a last-minute work trip. That's not bad timing. That's avoidance. If they can plan an entire weekend getaway, but can't set aside 20 minutes for a test, they are not prioritizing your health, and maybe not their own. Words are easy. social media posts about treating women right are easy. But your health, once it's gone, you can't just buy it back.
Why? Why? I just came from the doctor, and they said that I test positive for HIV. What's going on?
What?
I got my prescription and everything. What's going on?
HIV.
Man, that's the same thing I said. What's going on? What's going on with you?
No, what's going on with you?
No, what's going on with you?
Yeah.
So you ain't been doing it. So we ain't been doing it.
No. So really?
Oh my God.
Let me see that paper.
You gave me that. I know you the only person I've been messing with, man.
It say 2 refills. So
Man, stop playing with me, man.
so you been happy. You on your second refill.
You did it. You gave it to me. Stop playing with me.
You on your second refill. Why are you playing with me?
Man, quit playing with me. You know you did.
No.
I just left the doctor. Now I gotta.
And you see why I ain't in the coolant, so you have to go run off.
God,
You did it with a straight up. It's your problem. You can't touch me no more. You gotta get up out of here.
And then you blaming it on me. You know you're the only person I've been sleeping with, Lex.
No.
Stop playing with me.
Picture this
Man, give me my stuff, man. You know you gave it to me, man. You know you gave it to me.
Send it to your mom.
You know you gave it to me though, man.
Move. This
You know you did.
this not no. Me?
Yes, you gave it to me, man. What you mean? You the one that
No. I have not been sleeping with you.
really?
I have not been sleeping with you.
So you haven't been sleeping with me?
No. Yes, I've been sleeping with you, but I haven't been sleeping with you.
God, man. I never thought in my life that I would get this, man.
You on your second
I
refill.
never in my life thought I would get this from you. You gave it to me.
So after the second
Man, I don't want to hear none of that. You gave it to me, man. I don't want to hear none of that. You a narcissist. You acting delusional right now. You know you gave it to me, man. You know you did. Stop with all the lies, man. It's eating you up in the inside. You don't even know what you're finna say. It's eating you up. It's eating you up. You know you gave this to me, man. You know you gave it to me, man.
Look, you guys, black people went from being, you know what I mean, being chosen people to being cursed, man. We curse, y'all. And look what they doing with Jacob. And now look what the descendants of Esau of Edom. Look what they doing to our people, man. You know. Look what's happening, y'all. Man, y'all better wrap up, man. And y'all just better be with the Lord in body and spirit, man. Because I tell y'all, man, the way this world going, man. The rate of this world going, man. Like, look, man, people, all these people doing this party, man. And see, look, man, look, like I said, man, I was looking at the shooting that happened in New York. They're not, you mean to tell me that they trying to save the streets? Look what's going on. Look at this carnage, man. Look what's going on, man. So many people gonna lose their lives, man. There's so many people gonna lose their lives, man. Like there's no tomorrow.
You know you did. You dead wrong, man. You wrong. You wrong, man. You wrong. You wrong, man. You gave it to me, dog. Man, get out of here, man. Get your stuff, man. Get out of here, man. Man, get your stuff and get out of here, man. Man, you know. Get your stuff and get out of here, dog. You gotta go get checked out. I got it, and I know you got it. You gotta go get checked out. You better stop playing with your body. You better stop playing with your body, man. You better go get checked out. I'm not playing with you. Get up, man. Get off my sheets, man. I gotta get a whole new comforts, I'm finna get a whole new bed set. I gotta get a whole new bed. I ain't trying to get nothing else. I don't wanna hear nothing. Get up, man. I gotta change my sheets, dog. Get up. I gotta get a whole new comfort, a whole new mattress, man. For real. You're wrong. You're wrong, man. I don't got no words for you. Pack your stuff up. I'm finna go get my prescription. I want you out there, man. Pack your stuff up for real. I'm not playing with you.
When you go into nursing, you know that ethically you're going to run into situations that really just rub you the wrong way. And I think we can all agree across the board, one of the most common situations that we see is a patient requesting DNR and the family wanting to keep them alive. For me, another situation that enrages me just as much is something I realized when I was in preceptorship in nursing school. I started noticing how prevalent HIV has become. Thankfully, HIV now is managed with medications and keeping yourself healthy, regular checkups. You can do a lot to protect your partners and protect the people that you enter a sexual relationship with. Now with HIV, you can actually live a really healthy, long life, which is amazing for so many people. Now, where it can ethically rub you the wrong way is when you have a patient who is aware of their status and they are actively not disclosing it to either their partner or anybody they're sleeping with, nor are they taking any medications. In the last couple years alone, I've seen so many crazy things happen, like a patient being fully aware of their status, not being on any medications, and not telling their partner who they've been with for a really long time. I've even seen couples come in and the patient finds out they're HIV positive because the ER they go to does routine HIV testing unless you deny it, and that's how they find out their partner's been cheating. And if you're listening to this video and you're on the receiving end, meaning someone you slept with and trusted did not disclose their status prior to sleeping with you, please know in many states it's illegal. If you can prove they knew their status prior to giving you HIV, they can face criminal charges. It's truly devastating watching someone's entire life change because they got HIV from someone they trusted who didn't disclose their status. Moral of the story, whether you're in a committed relationship, a marriage, whatever it may be, get regularly tested.
Hey, she told me she got HIV. I gotta respect it, boy. So let me give y'all a quick little story time. I've been messing with this girl probably for I'll give it like a week or two. When I say this girl is beautiful, light skin, short, probably about 4'11". Bad, you feel me? You won't even think she got no type of disease. That's what they always say. Even though it may look good, on the outside, not always good in the inside. But I ain't saying that she not good in the inside because I'm still messing with her to this day, you feel me? So we linked up, woo-to-woo. I was like, the first 2 or 3 times of us meeting, everything was beautiful. She was like, hey, listen, I feel like this really got a chance of really going somewhere. I'm not.
It's like he said, man, what's good on the outside don't necessarily mean it's gonna look good in the inside, man. He hit that. Shit. I mean, shit. What you expect now? He gonna see when someone hit a woman or a man that's affected, you go home. Well, you might as well go on back and be with the person. If you went and risked yourself, it only take one time. Just one time. You know. He said Shorty's 5'11". Shorty look good from the outside. The inside. See, that didn't look good in the inside.
Okay, talk. So what you got to say then, Mom? This girl had told me, she was like, listen, Laylo, I don't know how you gonna react, but basically I was born with HIV. I was like, okay, cause me, I'm very well educated on it already. She was like, but the good thing about it, I'm non-detectable. I take my medicine. And she was like, so do that make you want to cut me off now? Or what you gonna do? I said, baby, we still rocking till the wheels fall off. That's all you had to tell me. As long as I know and you undetectable, I might not hit you right, but hey, let me stop playing. But on the real though, what would y'all do if y'all significant other or a person y'all just now met told y'all they had HIV, but they undetectable? If you don't know what undetectable means, go and get educated up a little bit more. But other than that, let me know.
HIV rates are climbing in Texas, Pennsylvania, Jacksonville, Atlanta, Houston, and the Carolinas are catching up fast. And that's on top of other STDs, some of which are getting harder to treat. And no, you can't just tell by looking at someone. People can look perfectly healthy while carrying something. Some genuinely don't know their status. Others know exactly what they have and don't care.
Whenever that person on the beginning of their stage or their status, you want to get ready to be on the status 1, then you're going to get into a 2, eventually you're going to get into the severe risks, status 3 and 4. I tell y'all, see when those people start not get tested, it just the status, you know what I mean, the stages goes up, man. You know what I mean? And the sad thing is those people should be able to tell someone, I'm living with it, you know what I mean? And, instead of giving it out to someone, like a lot of people doing today, because a lot of people's not getting checked. You know what I mean? So, you rather have someone say, "Well, I'm living with it," so that way, you would know and make your move, because what I mean. You don't see, the worst thing is you don't want to give someone something that someone may not even have, man. And that's what a lot of people are doing in this generation. That's what you see.
Yes, in some states, knowingly infecting someone is a crime, but that doesn't help you after the damage is done. In the 80s and 90s, HIV awareness was loud and terrifying. People were hyper aware of protection. Now, social media makes it look casual. People talk about just living with it. And yes, with treatment, you can live a long, healthy life. But that is not the same as it being safe to ignore. Meanwhile, new infections like donovanosis, a flesh-eating STD, are popping up more often. Rare? Yes, but spreading more than it used to, and hookup culture isn't slowing it down.
And excuse me, hello, let me say this, because I see people keep trying to come out with these videos, making it seem like it's nothing. AIDS and HIV is not something that's normal. Let's not normalize it. You don't want that shit on no nothing. Do what you gotta do to protect yourself. I can see all these people like, oh, I'm still living my life and I'm still doing this and yeah, I got it. Life still goes on. That shit is not normal. That shit is not normal. You do not want AIDS and HIV. I don't give a fuck how normal they trying to make it seem. You don't want that shit. Do what you gotta do to protect yourself. Don't let social media make you think that it's normal. I don't have it and I ain't trying to get it. I ain't trying to get it no time soon, and I'm not about to make it seem like it's comfortable. You don't want the shit.
And if you are not catching my drift, I'm talking about DL men. In 2022, CDC data shows that 67% of new HIV infections came from men who have sex with men. Let me sit up for the rest of this. Now the crazy part is, nearly 5,000 women got it through heterosexual contact. The sad part about it is
her claim is strong, because you got a lot of gay men passing it. This is how it spreads, man. Listen to what she's saying, y'all. Let's listen to what she's saying here.
Black women are hit the hardest. Did you know that black women rates are almost 10 times higher than white women? Now, before y'all get into frenzies in my comment section, this message isn't about gay men. It's about DL men.
You see what she's saying? Black women have a high rate than white women, y'all. I told y'all. They making the black, they're making the black community, they're making our own black women looking like a disgrace. My community is look at our community, man. Let's look at our community nowadays, man. They're making it look, you know what I mean? See when you got black people in the community, What we doing? What we doing where now they talking about this growth population in the black community? See, what are we doing?
Men that are living a double life and too selfish to give their partner the opportunity to pick if they want to openly be with the person that live that type of lifestyle. So ladies, if you come across this video and you just discovered some crazy news or you got an urgent feeling or whatever it is, be safe, get tested, ask those hard questions. And if you're new here, my name is Crystal Ben. I do random research on all kind of stuff, so you don't have to.
The last person that tested your man was his pediatrician. Okay, men don't go to the doctor. That's why there's a huge HIV epidemic right now. It's centered in like New York and I want to say Philadelphia, but don't hold me to that.
Look, man, women don't go to the doctor either. You might as well just say it, man. This half of the people ain't going to the doctors. This, I'm gonna say it like that.
You guys are just out here just like, you guys, this is HIV. There's probably some people who don't even know they have it. Have you been checked? I can almost guarantee you haven't.
Here's a stat you need to hear. Black women's HIV rates are almost 10 times higher than white women's. That's not a scare tactic. That's CDC data. And it's not just strangers who spread it. Some of the worst cases come from long-term relationships where someone thought they were safe, only to find out their partner was cheating or living a double life. My rule is no test, no sex. Even after a clean test, condoms are still non-negotiable. If someone tries to guilt you, make you feel paranoid, or says, "But I look healthy," that's your answer. They're not worth the risk. Testing should be as normal as buying the condoms you'll still be using afterward. My honest opinion, it's terrifying out here. After hearing stories like this, I don't blame anyone for wanting to stay single and celibate, because it's not just strangers. Even people in committed relationships are catching diseases from the person they trust most. And that's the scariest part. How do you protect yourself when you can't even trust the person sharing your bed? Your health has to come before romance, before lust, but they would never. Because sadly, sometimes they would, and they have. Have you ever had someone dodge the "let's get tested together" talk? What excuse did they give you? Drop it in the comments, because at this point, we could make a whole bingo card out of these lies.
This is my third time recording this video. I do not want this to get out. But if you live in Atlanta, if you live in Georgia, you need to go get checked. Quickly, swiftly. Go to the clinic, go to the hospital, go wherever you need to go. Because women and men out here, they're literally giving you things that they know that they have. And it's about time that everybody get checked, because at the end of the day, your health matters. They're not going to tell you. You guys have been beating up with these men and women and don't know what they got. You just having raw dog and sex and all the other stuff. Entertainment purposes only. But yeah, it's about time that you guys need to go do that.
Let me give you another reason not to trust these men. So I'm currently on rotation at an HIV clinic. They also do STD testing and treatment. And if you're from El Paso, you know how big of a deal STDs are in the community, and it's really something that needs to be worked on. But I am such a big advocate for testing and treatment for all STDs because, side story, I have an ex-boyfriend who, while we were together, he was found on Grindr. And luckily, he did not give me anything, and I'm completely fine. But other women are not as lucky. So there's men out there who claim that they're straight. They have wives and girlfriends, kids, families, but they're out there engaging in unsafe sexual behaviors with other men and putting their partners at risk. And my preceptor told me trust is cute. And I fully agree. You cannot trust these men. You have to put your health first because they simply do not care.
You ever notice how people will check the expiration date on milk, sniff it twice, and still not trust it? But won't do the same for their own body. We'll throw away a $3 carton without blinking. But when it comes to protecting ourselves from something that can literally change our lives forever, suddenly we're out here gambling like it's fake.
I don't know what y'all got going on down here in Atlanta and in Houston, but the HIV and AIDS rate, it's crazy. I saw the news yesterday, and they pretty much about to daggone shut Atlanta down. How is it 2024, going into 2025, and all y'all around here still having unprotected sex? Like y'all not, how come y'all not getting it? It's all, they advertise this up all over the place, how crazy HIV is just rising, and y'all still laying down with each other unprotected. And I ain't trying to hear, man, it's the down low, man, it's the women, it's no. You have to be responsible for your own health. You have to be responsible for your own safety out here. Like, for real. The one thing I admire about the 4B movement is that they're gonna abstain from sex. Because, like, y'all out here diseasing everybody. It's crazy. I just don't get how we live in the most advanced, intelligent time.
See, God was going to send a pledge. He's going to use this pledge on, you know what I mean? See, because we are so cursed, we haven't even come back to Him. We have never seek to come back after our Redeemer. So these people are getting this plague, and and you find out that they can't even cure. Some people ain't even going about trying to get the medical, help, get the medical attention that they need, man. So when I see what's going on in our black community, it's shameful. Shameful. Black people, we got a problem at hand. Houston got a problem at hand. Atlanta, Georgia, got a big problem. South Carolina, North Carolina, it's a big problem. Tennessee, it's a big problem.
And people are still dumb.
Yeah, I first reported back in July, investigators named 2 victims in this case. One even died after having untreated, undiagnosed HIV for so long. As of today, new warrants filed say a 3rd victim has come forward claiming the suspect did the exact same thing to her. Here's what we know. Prosecutors say Cleveland Brody's, quote, reckless conduct caused the death of his wife, Denise, in April 2022. Medical records show, based on her blood work, Denise had undiagnosed, untreated HIV for at least 5 years. She's supposed to be here right now. As a result, in July, deputies arrested the 62-year-old suspect for felony reckless conduct, HIV-infected person. A judge denied Brody bond, finding you at risk of flying. Shortly after, police filed a second charge, saying a woman came forward claiming Brody also had unprotected sex with her multiple times this year without disclosing his positive status. Rockdale County detectives suggested at the time this could be a part of a pattern. Then Tuesday, September 5th, they issued a 3rd charge. Warrants detail the suspect consciously disregarded unjustifiable risk by having sexual encounters with the woman as recently as March. All 3 charges are felony reckless conduct. If convicted, the maximum is 5 years per count. However, the district attorney's office argued in court they do intend to face murder charges on behalf of Denise.
We could still have our mother here with us today. If he ever just gave her that one courtesy, just to tell her that, to test herself for it, and that couldn't get, and she could have gotten treatment. Nobody's dying from HIV and AIDS today. It's not a death sentence.
And we do want to point out, Denise died from untreated, undiagnosed HIV because she hadn't been tested. There was no reason to believe, as a married woman to her husband, that she had the virus. In fact, the mom had previously overcome a diagnosis of cancer, so the family assumed the cancer had come back. It wasn't until much later new doctors ran new tests and confirmed this was the thing that was killing her. You can watch our full investigations on WANF.com. Police here in Rockdale County do believe there are still other victims out there. In Conyers, I'm Sarah Cummings, Abandoned News First.
When was the last time you got tested for HIV? Don't mind my hair, but I just did my at-home HIV self-testing kit. You can get these for free. I'm going to leave the link right here on the screen. The kit literally comes with everything you need, and of course, my results are next to you. So when you get your kit in the mail, it comes with 2 full kits. You pretty much swab your mouth. It's one line. So yeah, one line means a negative result, and then anything else would either be positive or invalid. But it's super easy to read. To follow the instructions. Guys, knowing your status is so important. I can't stress that enough. Don't be out here just willy-nilly in it. Get clean about everything. Know your status. Order your at-home kit. They're free. Both the kits are free. You get 2 kits per person. So the whole family needs to order one. It's super convenient. No clinic visits, no stress, and you get your results in about 20 minutes or so. It's super easy. Protect yourself, protect your partner, and know your status. Please, know your status.
So check 1, 2, right? I've been talking loud about Atlanta, Georgia, because I'm a resident here, a citizen here. And you go to Google.com and do your homework and do your research on different various websites. It will tell you that Atlanta, Georgia is the #1 city and state. I'm sorry. But it's just the honest facts that it's #1 in HIV and AIDS rates right now. #1 right now. And I know a lot of people going to say, oh man, it's a lot of gay people out here. The gay community out here is real big. No. Women, if you know that men out here is gay, why you still having unprotected sex with these men, right? If you know if he's down low or not. Condoms are cheap.
Right. See, Atlanta's big, man. Cause they go to this club called 112. And you see the men's is passing it. Can't make this up, fam.
You could get a 3-pack of Lifestyle condoms for $1.88 at Walmart last time I checked. You could get a box of 40 for $9.28. What tax you looking at? $10.28. I stay strapped with condoms. There's no excuse why you can't sit right there and put a latex glove or put on a freaking latex glove from the dentist's office. That's going to protect you from fighting for the rest of your life with some infection where you got to take pills. Everybody always making an excuse why they contract some kind of STD or AIDS. I mean, like, y'all need to tighten up, man, for real. It ain't getting no better. Y'all still out here raw dogging a lot of men, put a baby in you. You come find out he gave you an STD or AIDS, and then you in your feelings. Ain't nobody tell you to have unprotected sex? That's your fault. That is your own fault. Take accountability for your own actions.
One thing about me, I do not get on this internet for clickbait, for clout, or anything. I have went viral on TikTok for several times. So I do not need to be on here making a post about somebody that's out here spreading HIV to go viral. I don't been viral before. What I am out here doing is spreading awareness on y'all need to be out here and be safe, because people out here do not care. A lot of y'all missed the whole message of what I was saying of being out here to protect yourself. Y'all sitting here talking, call the police, she need to be in jail, Yes, she do. But at the same time, this is a lady from over on the west side that be in the hood. When I come through, I see her sometimes. I do not know her name. I know where she go by, and I do not know where she stay at. I have not even seen the her results or whatever. So therefore, I cannot go to the police and making accusations on her that I cannot prove. No judge is going to give any officer a warrant to go and get her DNA just because I come up there and I said that she said that she is out here giving that shit to people. I cannot do that. So for y'all, the one who keeps saying, report her, report her, report her. When I get information, I will. But don't come on my page talking about how I'm doing a disservice. No, you doing yourself a disservice if you out here sleeping with anybody, not protected and not knowing your own status. Because a lot of y'all do not even go to the doctor until something wrong with you or your partner come and tell y'all there's something wrong with y'all. I'm giving y'all the same information if you go to the doctor tell you to be careful. Be quiet. The doctor will tell y'all to be out here, be careful, protect yourself. That's even with people that's in a marriage. And y'all telling me to post this lady picture. I cannot post this lady picture. I would get sued. If y'all really knew, a lot of y'all want to know who she is because y'all want to know if y'all probably have slept with her or slept with some of the people that she don't slept with. But no, I cannot post nobody's picture like that. I cannot do that, and I will not do that. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Y'all all can go to hell.
I don't know what y'all got going on in the Philippines, but according to the CDC, the Philippines has one of the highest HIV rates amongst their people than most of the world.
Passport bros. It's not surprising at all. It's not surprising at all that a lot of you guys are coming back home burning. It's not surprising at all because just like I said a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, is that a lot of you guys are not going outside the country for wives. You're going out of the country to tourism and to take advantage of people. That's just what it is. Tourism of taking advantage of people. You go to these third world countries, second world countries who are not financially where they need to be. $1 goes a lot further. You feel like a king. You got a nice little hotel. You know what I'm saying? You get 2 or 3 girls who know you from the last visit. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of y'all don't want to admit it, but a lot of y'all be getting these girls pregnant and y'all leave them over there and y'all never want to go back. And now y'all want to go to another place. Because now the Philippines has always been a background for passport bros, but that's when 8x5 by 11 men were going rampant over there. Okay, when I say rampant over there. Now, y'all want to go over there. And now, a lot of y'all having regrets because American women are just not, domesticated. They don't want to cook and clean. They don't want to let a man leave, blah, 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 blah. Now you going over there, and you coming back with that fire. Not that fire with the stick, but that fire when you pee. That fire when your face break out. That fire when the nipple on your neck starting to look crazy. Okay? We all knew this was coming. Like all of the empty threats, all of the empty verbiage, all of the bravado that you guys were going back on.
Look, I knew all this was coming in our black community. A lot of people live like there's no tomorrow. It's we the ones that's being talked about. It's we the ones that's being humiliated. It's we that's being put on the front. Yes, it's we.
From the internet, we knew that the truth will eventually come to the light. And look what's going on. They're going wild out there, and y'all catching it. Coming back home, thinking that we don't know what you've been doing. We know, Craig. We that's the, like share comment.
Listen, and don't tell me that y'all motherfuckers is surprised that them people is down there in Atlanta motherfucking burning, okay? I lived in Atlanta back in 2010. I moved down there, and that shit used to always be a topic of conversation on it. Either people who weren't getting tested, or by the time they did go and get tested, it was too late and their symptoms had already, progressed and moved along. Then when I moved down to Atlanta, these motherfuckers was telling me about swinger clubs, okay? They was telling me about mansion parties. I had one girl, I'm at work now, listen, I'm from the East Coast. I don't know nothing about what a fucking mansion party is, okay? But they telling me about mansion parties, aka, I guess those are the orgy, swapping partner parties. A lot of women that I was meeting was down with, like, their boyfriends bringing in a toy or a extra party in the bedroom, even if she per se wasn't really into women. They was doing that. That's the type of shit that they was on down there. Then they used to love having kickbacks, and guess who was always at a motherfucking kickback, no matter if it was a woman throwing it or a guy throwing it, okay? There used to be this one dude, though, he used to have some good ass kickbacks. I don't know if he was like a DJ. I remember he used to send us like exclusives through the email. That was when like you had to send music files through email. I used to get all the new songs, y'all, early. But anyways, he threw the best kickbacks. I forgot his name, but shout out to you. But yes, if you had a kickback wasn't a kickback without the motherfucking strippers, okay? So hearing this news that y'all motherfuckers is third in new HIV infections nationwide, stop motherfucking thinking with your groins down there in Atlanta. Stop it. And all you closeted men down there, get your ass out the motherfucking closet. Because y'all is down there infecting women left and fucking right. And if you stay in Atlanta, ladies, listen, please protect yourselves. Please protect yourselves and go get tested.
We always been known for some reason as like the capital of HIV for some reason. And then when I did a little research, I heard that, San Francisco got it bad. I heard that DC area, got bad cases. But for some reason, I don't know how accurate it is. I always hit that stigma of Atlanta being associated with the DL men or HIV.
Let's get real. HIV in Atlanta and across the South is not just a statistic. It's a reality check knocking on the door while you're busy ignoring the peephole. And it's not just certain communities or those people. It's your coworker, your cousin, your neighbor who swears they're good but couldn't remember the last time they saw a doctor if you paid them. The wild part, we have free tests, we have PrEP, we have condoms that cost less than a Chick-fil-A combo. But somehow the streets are still acting like it's 1985 and prevention is just a rumor.
What?
I've been HIV since 2013.
Why does your hair look like this, man? You're actually the brother of one of the club owners here in Atlanta.
Yeah, one of the popular clubs in Atlanta.
Yeah, what's the name of the club?
The Royal Peacock. That you can sell your body for drugs. I started doing that.
What? So wait, that was here in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
What age are we talking about?
19.
You were selling your body to who?
To men.
What?
Yeah.
If your brother would have happened to come across this video and see this on YouTube, what do you think his thoughts and his reactions are going to be?
See, I'm really sensitive about my brother. Because I'm supposed to be with him.
Have you watching this right now? What message do you have for him?
On YouTube.
HIV cases continue to soar across the Southeast, according to recent data from the CDC. Officials say Metro Atlanta had the third highest rate of new cases among U.S. metro areas in 2021.
Fox 5's Joy Duke spoke with health officials about what they believe is driving the numbers. She joins us at the live desk with more.
Guys, people think that this is the 80s again, man. People think it's the 80s, 85s, man. These are not those times again, man. It's not.
Joy? Yeah, Courtney Russ, Metro Atlanta saw more than 15
100 new cases of HIV reported in 2021. That's more than twice the national average. Health officials pointed to stigmas around the virus and access to care as ongoing issues contributing to those high numbers. The CDC's most recent data on new cases of HIV paints a startling picture of an ongoing health crisis in the Southeast.
We've seen that HIV is growing in the South, and Atlanta has some of the highest numbers in the South.
Metro Atlanta ranked third behind Memphis and Miami in new HIV cases in 2021. The 20-county Atlanta metro area accounted for more than half of the 2,371 new diagnoses reported statewide.
And that's a shocking number, especially when we think about the fact that we're talking about human lives.
Jeff Cheek is the director of Fulton County's Department of HIV Elimination. He tells Fox 5 while national numbers have been trending downward, several factors have led to steady increases in HIV cases throughout the southeastern U.S.
In the South, we do not have good health coverage for anyone, not only people living with HIV disease. So that's why it's so important for us to look at Medicaid expansion to see what we can do to help people.
Georgia was one of 10 states that opted out of Medicaid expansion. Dr. Cecil Bennett says access to care isn't the only issue in the South, where finding doctors who care for patients with the virus may be more difficult.
We have to remember that, we're still in the South, and there's a lot of stigma attached to the LGBTQ community.
While Cheek says the numbers are concerning, his office remains committed to connecting HIV-positive patients with providers.
So there's a young lady in the Carolinas who was employed, at a job, and she was getting around the employees at the job. I mean, when I mean by getting there on their lunch break or whatever, she was allowing these dudes to lay her down and spray her down, if you can catch my drift. Well, come to find out that she was infected. An old girl infected 12 dudes at the job. Yes, infected 12 dudes at the job. Now, I don't know what happened in the conclusion of the story because I guess it's still developing, but that was somewhere in the Carolinas. Now, there's a dude going back and forth from Atlanta to Houston, laying women down and spraying women down, if you know what I mean, if you catch the drift. He's a fairly attractive dude. Pause. I'm just using that because that's what the reports are saying, and I saw the clip here on TikTok. I mean, the one girl chimed in on this, saw the clip. He's pleasing to the women's eye. Well, what the women don't know, he's affected. Well, they probably know now. But he done affected about 10 women, going back and forth from Houston to Atlanta. So now, here's the thing. I say all that to say this. Men and women are infecting each other. Now, the 10 women that he infected, we don't know who they were. Just follow me. We don't know who they were engaged with. Those are 10 women that he was playing with, and now they've infected. Now, they might infected somebody who infected somebody who infected. Y'all catch my drift? Old girl up there in the Carolinas. She was playing with dudes at the warehouse job on the lunch break. She done infected. Ain't no telling if they had girlfriends, wives, and y'all catch my drift. Now, they ain't going to end up infecting somebody who's going to infect somebody who's going to infect somebody. It's crazy that people is not wearing protection. Not even protection. It blows my mind that people are just still out here willy-nilly, meet to meet. It's just like, that's why I say, man, I love black people, but we're not too bright. We get on here and say that these people did all this stuff to our community. Now these people just sit back and watch us do it to ourselves. Because y'all still out here beat the meat as if we don't know what these diseases did to our community. And forget all people living with these.
I feel exactly what this brother's saying, man. See, half our people ignore what's going on in our communities. But now when we are being talked about, and whenever we are humiliating our dumb selves, That's why, you know, it's a lot of our people cursed. See, we went from being chosen people now being cursed people. We're not realizing how the enemy had inflict our people. We're not realizing the affliction of our people, but we are just going about our day. Someone don't even live for tomorrow. That's why I say, you know, it's important to know who you are.
I forget all that living with and stuff. Who wants to live disease? There's people on this app right now that's on here crying that nobody wants to date them now. And regardless, because and then they say, well, I'm undetectable and I don't know why people. Because here's the thing. The risk outweighs the rewards. Nobody is not saying you're not a human. Nobody's not saying you don't deserve love. But not at the expense of my life. Not the expense of nobody. Listen. I get that a lot of stuff ain't unaliving people no more. I get it. But at the end of the day, nobody want to risk it. Now, I ain't going to say nobody because obviously there's people out there that's willing to do it and be doing it every day. But there's some of us who don't. And another thing too, don't get up here and say married people. Listen, I get it. It's happening. It's either you're gonna be abstinent. Marriage works for me because I have a sex drive. Abstinence ain't gonna work for me. You know.
Look, you guys, it's easy like this. Use your discernment, man. You know what I mean? Just think. How many of those people unliving people each and every day? People going out, you know. That's why you know what I mean. You have a high growth in the black cultures. They talking about we as black, you know what I mean, people, especially to my black women, they saying that they double, you know, you know what I mean, if we look from the scale, it's like when it comes to black women, they make up the population than whites when it comes to infection. Now, this is something as, you know what I mean, we as black people, this should be some concern, you know what I mean, when we look at, you know what I mean, these populated states, you know what I mean, these populated areas, we should be concerned.
And I do have self-discipline with one woman. That's it. I don't know what y'all got going on there in Atlanta, but an Atlanta-based stripper infected with HIV by her boyfriend, who was an influencer, and an Atlanta-based baller, who was also a frequent strip club goer, gets revenge on him and other men in an absolutely diabolical way. Check this out.
I remember that house mom knew him personally, and she was like, I know him, he would never do so and so, like blah blah blah, he doesn't have that. And I was like, okay.
And so after I saw how they kind of reacted, it kind of just made me back away. And it blew up into this whole thing to where I just stopped working at Dreams. And then that's when I found my other home club and started dancing in other clubs in Atlanta.
So you continued dancing after. And how do you think that was because you were trying to heal something within you?
Oh yeah, I hated men. After I was diagnosed, I was like, this man gave me HIV. I'm going to use every man that I can use to get their money, whatever I can get out of them. Like, I did not care about my life, my safety. Because this when I had HIV, I was like, what else can happen to me? Like, you know, that's how I was thinking. And
crazy work.
Hear that? That's crazy work, fam. Just think how many people have a mind like that. Just think about how many people, whether you man or woman, have a mind just to go and infect a lot of people. See, this is why God didn't put a plague. And this is why, you know what I mean, there's a lot of people. See, this is why I said, y'all, I recommend you guys don't even date, y'all. Don't even date these women nowadays, y'all. They're not in the churches. They're not spiritual. Because half the world, you know what I mean, went so worldly. So you guys, I recommend you guys, man, quit partying. Stop. Just stop partying. Just stop. You know what I mean? Just think how you have to do assessment with each woman that's out there, y'all. And you get some people, some of these women just so bold will just tell you, you know what I mean, they won't tell you. See, like I said, that's because people got these BBLs, y'all. That's because what looked good from the outside may not look good in the inside.
So you get infected by one man, but you choose to take it out on all the other men you encounter. That is crazy work. Now, I don't know the protocol or how strip clubs, you know, test their dancers for STDs, but that needs to be studied. Now, y'all know my slogan: sharing is caring and prevention is the mission. Hop down in the comments. Let's talk about this.
I really came on here to say that all day. I've been on TikTok scrolling all day. Every time I turn around, I see a video about the HIV rate in Atlanta. But let me tell y'all something. The people, I'm from Atlanta, born here, raised here. I didn't walk here, ride here, nor did I fly here. I'm a great baby, and I'm 35. I ain't never had a scare of HIV, AIDS, none of that. So let me tell you something. It's very rare that you come here and you meet somebody that's from here. So can y'all please stop bringing that shit to Atlanta? That's all it is. Please stop bringing it to Atlanta. I promise you, I can go outside and ask 10 people right now where they from, and they're not gonna say I'm from Atlanta. The people gonna say I came to Atlanta in such and such.
I mean, some of y'all are out here treating your health like a group project in school, hoping somebody else did the work and you'll just get the grade. Newsflash, nobody's covering for you, boo. And if they are, it's probably because they don't know their status either. That's not a team win, that's a group L. Here's the real takeaway. You can't control what someone else tells you, but you can control whether you stay in the dark. Order the kit, go to the clinic, ask questions before you undress, not after you start feeling symptoms. Because at the end of the day, the sex might be temporary, but HIV, that's a lifetime subscription you can't cancel.
At this point, go on ahead and put Atlanta on a PrEP mandate. Okay? PrEP mandate.
Right now on 11 Alive, Metro Atlanta is the third highest ranking for HIV diagnosis in the country. So this is according to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Local clinics say they are already seeing more positive cases. 11 Alive's Teresa Bowles is live with us in studio to explain why even healthcare officials are shocked at these numbers.
The entire city of Atlanta needs to be on PrEP. Just like they mandated everyone to get the COVID vaccination, they need to mandate Atlanta residents to get your ass on PrEP, because this is ridiculous.
this quarter for 2024, we've already reported more positive individuals living with HIV than we did the quarter in 2023. All trying to figure out, why we're getting more people that are diagnosed with HIV when we know there are more prevention tools out there.
When you expand it to the entire state, current preliminary data shows Georgia is 4th in the country for HIV diagnosis.
Atlanta has a problem.
Put a finger down if you went and got tested for STDs and you tested positive for herpes. Now put a finger down if you went back and got retested for STDs and you also tested positive for HIV. Yeah. So on December 20th of 2023, I went into the gynecologist for a routine appointment. She did a pap smear and I was like, well, since I'm here, can you also do blood work and run a full STD panel, including HIV? Because some places, I don't know, when you ask for STD testing, they don't test for HIV. And I also said including HSV1. HSV1 is herpes simplex virus 1. It is the oral herpes. And some places won't test for it because a lot of the population actually has oral herpes, a cold sore. So a lot of people test positive for it, but then they don't want people to freak out because a lot of people may not ever have a breakout. I don't know. That's what one physician told me. And I was like, I don't know what everybody else do. I would like to know all of it. Anyway, so I asked her for those labs and she asked me, am I asking because I have any concerns or am I asking because, I want to do preventative testing? And I let her know preventative testing. If I am playing Adult Twister, then I get tested every 6 months. If I'm not playing Adult Twister, then I get tested once a year. The last time I had been tested was March of 2023. It was now December 2023, so I was like, just included in there. When I left the OBGYN office, I normally go to Quest Diagnostic, which is to the right. I went there and it was probably like 5:30 and they didn't have any more appointments left because I think they closed at 6 or something like that. So I was like, damn, but there's another.
All right, you guys, we're gonna be back with more content, but we gotta wrap it from here. Like I said, more updates. Please stay subscribed. We're gonna wrap it from here. Like I said, I'm gonna be back with it. Probably not update this. Probably give y'all a little more index. I'm gonna be coming back, making more content for you guys. But like I said, for more updates, please stay subscribed to this channel. We out.